We are very happy to welcome Alicia Dias, faculty of Don Bosco College in Social Work. Mrs. Dias, thank you so much for being with us this morning and taking time off from your college.
My pleasure.
You know, one of the reasons CCR TV decided that we should talk about social work is because many parents and students find this a new concept in Goa. They have not heard of social work. They know social work like Mother Teresa, but they have not heard of social work as a degree program and a master's degree program. So can you tell us what was the reason why Don Bosco established this very important degree, and how has it progressed so far?
Well, to begin with, the Don Bosco is the only institute that offers social work program, and it started back in 2008 when the provincial felt a need, for the college to start this program. We started with just 3 students, but now we have a strength of 10. Don Bosco was very popular among the poor, and therefore the provincial also decided that we really need a program that makes students sensitive towards the needs of people, and therefore we started the social work course.
So today, after so many years, do you think that you all have made enough penetration in high secondary schools for students to understand what social work is all about in terms of attaining a degree, and therefore more students joining you? Do you think you have made an impact?
Yes, we do a lot of programs, like we have street play competitions for high secondary schools of Goa, where we had a strength of 11 teams that participated, and we also go to high secondaries every year to make it more clear to the students about what is social work.
Right. Okay. So you're talking about street plays.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more what this street plays is all about.
Well, street play basically is like a theater performance, but it's more sending out a social message in a very short period of time. It is to be done in a public place like markets or public spaces, where we deliver a short message through theater or a form of act.
Okay. So going back to the student now, he has finished his 12th standard. In any discipline, i.e. arts, commerce, science, would he be eligible to join your program?
Well, definitely yes. If a student has got 45% and above, yes, we do take them.
So it doesn't matter how he has scored, i.e. maths or science or thing, that is not relevant. What is relevant is he has to get 45%.
45% and a passion to work with people.
Oh, that's and how do you gauge that?
Well, if they are really passionate about social work and to work with people, definitely we accept students, because at the beginning of the year we have an orientation visit where we take students to various NGOs across Goa. So we expose them to the field of social work in the beginning month. So those students who are interested in staying with us, we give them an option of staying. If they find it too difficult to work with people or they find the course a little difficult, then they are free to leave.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you are given an option to leave if you don't quite like it.
See, we cannot force anyone to work with people. If you are really passionate about and you really care about the society and you really want to make an impact, then definitely yes, it is the place to be and it's the course that you need to pursue.
Okay. So you have done your bachelor's degree now. Do you also have a master's program?
Yes, we started the MSW, that is the Masters of Social Work, in year 2014, affiliated with the Goa University.
Okay. And at which level, a bachelor or master, are the employment opportunities better?
Definitely, the higher the degree, then the more job prospects you have. So MSW has more
so
job opportunities.
what opportunities have your students, having done MSW, where have they reached now?
Well, we have a lot of students who are employed in Voluntary Health Association of Goa. We have students at HelpAge India. We have students working in the government. We have students working for CSR. So they are all across India. Also, we have students working overseas too.
Oh, I see. Overseas as well. Okay. Tell us, what are the salary levels in India? Roughly.
Roughly around 20-25 to start with.
To start with. And
Yes.
as you say, progress 5 years down the line?
So they should be earning around 38 or more than that.
Okay.
But if you go abroad, you have a better chance of getting more money.
Go abroad where? I thought all the poverty is in India.
No, definitely not. You have a wide scope in Canada, New Zealand, Australia, US, London.
In which area do they work there?
You have a lot of rehabilitation centers. You have old age homes which require social work.
Okay.
Social workers.
All right. So old age homes is one of your
Yes.
targets.
Because in Canada they have something known as community living, which we don't have in India. Generally our perspective towards old age homes is just an institution, but over there they have like a community setup where you require various services to be met for the old age. So social workers do work there.
Now, CSR, corporate social responsibility, has become a big thing in India because there is a law that says that 2% of one's profits have to be put into social projects.
Yes.
Now, you did mention that some of your students are in CSR.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
As you said about CSR, there's a certain amount of profits that have to be put into certain projects. So our students help in planning out projects, executing them, looking at the outcome. So we have students at one of our very own student at Siplas. So she works in Zuari Nagar. So they have various projects put up over there. So it's more like education projects, tailoring and all the other add-on things where they can earn their basic or daily living.
So it is really catching on.
Yeah, it is definitely catching on.
And is that only one of the companies that you are aware of, Cipla, or
No, there
are there many more?
There
What about Zuari itself? Because Zuari is the one that has created the problem.
Zuari Agrochemicals also has their own CSR. You have
for that same locality.
Yes.
Oh, I see. That's very interesting. So there must be a bit of a competition going on there.
That is going on.
All right. Okay. One of the things that social work has is human resources.
Yes.
Okay. What are your plans in that area?
Well, we have submitted our proposal to start a new specialization for MSW, and we're waiting for the Board of Studies to pass it on. So hoping that we will soon start a new course
in human resources at the
Yes.
MSW level. What are the courses you already have at MSW?
Right now we have health and development.
Okay.
That basically introduces to the course of hospital management and working with patients and assessing diseases, etc. We have community organization where students are based in communities where they have to work in communities. Then we have specialization of family and child where they are taught about various family dynamics and working with children and youth.
So can you give an example of family and child welfare as to any particular organization they are working for now and what they actually do there?
Right now we have students placed in Upnagar. So they are working with correctional abilities, to correct the juvenile delinquents. So
are there many like that in these areas? Many delinquents?
Yeah, there are, because you have a lot of children roaming around, and more of these children who are displaced also, who Upnagar takes care of.
Is this because of migration?
Yes.
And usually from which states is the biggest problem?
It's very hard to tell you that, because you have various...
I know our nearest state is Karnataka and Maharashtra. So
yes.
Is there many heavy loads of people coming from that side for employment purposes here, and therefore the children are necessarily part of the baggage?
That can be
one of the reasons.
One of the reasons, but there are many children who just get in the train and come, and they may be smuggling drugs, or they may be caught with certain substances, so they are put in the Upnagar.
So drugs is one of the areas of concern?
Yes.
So any special training you give your students to handle this problem?
Yes, we have a lot of courses or seminars that we make them attend, or certificate courses that we make them attend at various colleges that helps them or enhances their skills of working with children. Right now we have research also based in these areas where students go out into the field to understand the severity of the situation.
Okay. So, which are the certified courses you kind of encourage the student to take up?
There are a lot of courses, like there's the counseling course, there's cognitive behavior therapy courses available across India. Then there are courses that introduces them to various other fields like creative sides, because you really need to work with children, because you have a lot of poor people over here.
So, I suppose at the master's level you do have an internship program.
Yes.
And how long is that, and where?
Internship is for a month. It's in the fourth semester that they have to go through. We encourage students to go out of the state, because you can understand problems outside the state, because they have spent 3 semesters in Goa. So it's nice to go out of the state to understand problems outside.
So, you all arrange the facilities for them?
Yes, but they have to come up with the places that they would like to go to,
Okay, all right.
because it's based on their interest.
Any message you would like to give our parents and students, those who are at the 12th level? They're going to embark on what course to take in the month of May, June.
Yeah.
What kind of suggestion would you give them to think about social work as one of the good priorities to undertake?
Well, if you have the passion to work with people, or you want to bring out a change in society, and you think you can make a difference in society, then definitely social work is a course for you to go to. And yes, Don Bosco is very happy to accept you. And if you want to learn more about social service, then definitely we'll be very glad to see you.
So there you have it. Mrs. Alicia Diaz has given a very clear idea that if you are social work oriented and you want to help society and you want to make a difference, then social work is the career you should take. And I wish you well when you do choose it, because you have a very prominent lecturer right here in front of us who's telling you all about it. And thank you, Mrs. Alicia Dias, for being with us this morning, and I wish you and your institute all the very best.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're here with Venancio Rodriguez. And Venancio, first of all, tell us what you're doing. What are you doing at Don Bosco College?
Yeah, at Don Bosco College, I'm currently pursuing my bachelor's in social work. I'm in TY right now. So yeah, I'm doing my bachelor's in social work basically.
Bachelor's in social work is this. It's completely different, ironic, and I've never heard about someone do a studied 3-year course in social work. What is it all about?
It's all about, basically, it started from my 12th standard. Basically, I had good teachers over there. They supported me, meaning it started from a long time back. When I was a kid, like I had always the passion like to clean around and like move with the sir, and here and there, like NSS camps, this, that. I was like active in social things. So my teacher just pushed me in the 12th standard. Like they said, like there's something as social work, so you can go for it. Like so.
What do you guys learn? I mean, what is it that you learn in your 3 years of social work?
So here we learn is that like community development, health, then mental health. So all this like a human behavior. Basically, we learn about like human behavior, why they behave, what problems they have in life. So and we are like not judgmental towards anything, like anybody. Like some people outside there are very judgmental, but in social work you should have non-judgmental attitude. So even yeah, even a criminal is my friend. Like
Wow. Okay. So we've got an entire course that makes you think that criminals are your friends, but that is another thing. I think it takes more than 3 years, of course, to have a non-judgmental attitude. What is the scope of work? I mean, after you finish your 3 years, do you have a master's in social work, or is it a kind of a job profile? What is it that happens from here?
yeah, basically after this 3 years, there's a master's course. Then you have to take any specialization you want. So basically community development, then health, then youth development, many are there. In Goa, there's only community development in our college, and mental health is there. But if you go outside India, there are many opportunities for you. And if you go abroad, then there are extended like. So basically, you can work in a government setting like as a counselor, maybe as a counselor, as a in a schools also same as a counselor. then as a social worker in hospital settings, and yeah, in police stations also as a social worker. Like, so basically, our work is to help the people who come for help.
All right. So it is it's a very kind and neat thought, and it's something very very different. The question that I have, in all genuineness, is that when you go ahead and do social work, CSR, which is corporate social responsibility, is a major part in a lot of businesses, especially international businesses, MNCs. Do you think CSR is a part of the Goan businesses? How much and what's the scope?
The CSR initiative is actually a good idea because many NGOs benefit from that. NGOs, like they don't get funds, more of funds. So the CSR activities, like they propose something and you have to do for the company. So in that, yeah, you can approach the community. Like, and in Goa, there are CSR projects by the big companies like Cipla. Then Seza Goa has supporting, Dempo has some CSR activities. So CSR is like a good thing which is done by the government because it helps the ground level of the community, like basically. So yeah.
Okay. Now, for all our viewers who are watching and who want to, join this amazing institute of Don Bosco's, what is it that you have to pass? Is there a test you have to pass, or is there a certain curriculum that you have to study before you enter your first year of social work?
So I like to tell that before you enter here, you should have the will in your heart. Like you want to do something for the community, you want to do help someone from your heart. Like, so before you enter here, you have to have that first, and then comes the you have an interview, which personal interview you have to give, and it's like pretty easy. Like they only test your skills. So if you're really interested in this kind of, and you need 45% of marks. That's it.
That sounds great. So, Don Bosco, a completely amazing college, and we know that everybody wants to be a part of this beautiful, institute. How have your 3 years of experience been in this college?
Here basically the idea is like it's like the from the small primary to high secondary, from the primary to college we have different students like over here. So basically it's like your home, like, and you can interact with small children and they can tease you back, and like it's fun and loving environment over here.
For social work, if someone is there and wants to do this course,
As I said.
if you have there comes another one. Okay, if if a person wants to do it, how many hours of studies do you have in a day? What are your classroom hours, and is there anything that happens outside? Is there actual activity that you guys do in your curriculum? How does that go about?
We have 6 hours, like from 9 to 2 o'clock is the timings for the college. And then if you are like really want to do something in the community, you can go beyond your extents. Like you can go to support some NGO, you can volunteer somewhere, and that's how you can. No, it's not a part of an assignment. And then we have like old age home visits and all that we plan from the college only. So yeah.
With such a different curriculum like this for social work and an amazing idea, what do you have to say about your teachers and the curriculum that you study? What is your take on that in 3 years?
Teachers over here are very good. They are very supportive. Sometimes they are like very angry. They get angry because we make them angry. We don't do our work on time sometimes. So it's like I want to tell everybody that teachers will always support you, guide you, and they will shout on you, they'll taunt you, and they'll do whatever possible. Yeah, but remember that they are doing for your best. Like they want you to become someone. That's why they are behind your back. So don't take it in a bad way, but take it in a positive note.
Any other institutes around Goa that have a master's in social work other than Don Bosco's?
No, there's nothing around. Only Don Bosco's.
Great. So if you have a heart for social work and you are one of those very bright and specially, gifted person who wants to work for the people, like this gentleman here, you need to come ahead and meet with someone from Don Bosco's and apply for their 3 years social work course. I wish you the very best, and I think we're going to see you somewhere doing some good work after you pass off this year.
Keep smiling.
Yes, thank you.